Ubisoft already said that they will announce a new AAA IP at E3 2016 and it will launch before April 2017. But what will it be? I digged in and got some very interesting information to share with you. Let me know what you think of this information in the comments down below and don't forget to hit that like button. At the end of every E3 2016 show of Ubisoft, they will have some sort of surprise. This can be a new IP like Watch Dogs or The Division, or a new game in the popular franchise like Rainbow Six Siege or Ghost Recon Wildlands. This year it will probably be a quote, new AAA IP end quote, that is quote, strongly multiplayer centric with a strong solo side also end quote. It has high potential and will be a strong digital live service according to Ubisoft. Okay, so that is what we know for now. Let's dive in. So I first wanted to point out this interesting NeoGAF post where Nero Lack pointed out some interesting ideas for the new Ubisoft IP, saying that it could be a pirate game since Ubisoft asked players after the success of Assassin's Creed Black Flag if they would want a standalone pirate game with much more deeper mechanics and maybe a multiplayer component where you could man a ship together and fight other pirate ships of players, stuff like that, but this game would not be in the Assassin's Creed franchise. While I do think that Ubisoft could be making this type of pirate game, I don't think that this is the game that they are going to show at E3 2016. No, I think it's something completely different, something that they don't have right now, but it's a genre with quote, high potential. Something that they said their new AAA IP would be, a online first-person shooter in an open world. Of course they have Far Cry, but that's obviously more single-player focused, where this game will have a solo mode, but is more multiplayer centric. Let's head to a Kotaku article, a source from many rumors that have a high chance of being true. Fallout 4 Boston leaked before the game was even announced. Every year they leak the Assassin's Creed games, they have the 4K rumors, PlayStation 4K rumors that is. So it's very interesting to look at them. Here Super Animation writes that after the cancellation of Rainbow Six Patriots, you know, that single player focused Rainbow Six game before Siege, developer got to move to a quote, online multiplayer open world first person shooter game focused on social activity and replayability end quote. Now it only says unannounced project though on his LinkedIn page. But we got more, and this is where it gets super interesting. A game designer called Gretar Hannesson, hopefully I pronounced that right, who recently worked on Far Cry Primal, is now doing stuff for a quote, unannounced first person shooter. He has a description as well, let's read that. Worked closely with a game director and a gameplay team to come up with an overall strategy for progression, inventory, retention and an economy for an open world shooter end quote. What is interesting is that he worked on Far Cry Primal till 1 month before the release of the game, and 11 months in total. So if he's now working on this open world first person shooter, it could be that this game is also not far off. It could be that this game could launch before April 2017, and it could be that this game is the new AAA IP of Ubisoft. It does fit the things that Ubisoft is saying about their new IP. And remember that Destiny proved that an online first-person shooter can sell really well. Another sign that this is an open world shooter is that Ubisoft shared during an investor meeting that they have a huge advantage because they can make open world games pretty fast. Last fiscal year they had 3 titles in an open world genre: Assassin's Creed Syndicate, The Division and Far Cry Primal. Right now they have 2 open world titles scheduled, Ghost Recon Wildlands and Watch Dogs 2. So and the new IP being an open world game totally fits, because it would totally suck if you say, oh, we can make open world games pretty fast, but then you had 3 in the year before and now 2. And I'm talking about physical years here, so that's why Far Cry Primal counts. So before Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Far Cry Primal and The Division, they had Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, Watch Dogs and The Crew as open world titles. So having 2 in the fiscal year of 2017 could not really look good. So they probably want a new open world game that could be this title. So whatever this new AAA IP of Ubisoft is, it will probably take quote advantage of PC's power end quote, because Ubisoft is working on a ton of games for PC. At least that's what they are saying. It will probably be like The Division, where the PC version was significantly better than the console version. I think it will also be the case with this AAA IP. I toyed around with the idea of this being Project Underdog. Remember that Ubisoft acquired 2 new IP from THQ Montreal when they took over the studio following THQ's bankruptcy. We never heard about this game being cancelled or what it is, so it could be this game, although having a game called Watch Dogs 2 and Underdog could not work. Project Underdog could also be like the project title, so it could totally be different. Remember that this game, this AAA IP I'm talking about, this open world first person shooter, is in the works at Ubisoft Montreal, if I'm correct. So it could totally be this Underdog title. Anyway, this is all. So to summarize, the new AAA IP from Ubisoft that they will likely show at the end of the E3 2016 press conference will probably be an open world online first person shooter. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe for way more E3 2016 predictions. I got Ubisoft's E3 2016 predictions coming up very soon, so subscribe to stay up to date. Follow me on social media. I will be going to E3, so if you want a behind the scenes look, feel free to follow me on social media. Snapchat is the best way to do it, but Instagram and Twitter will also do. Links are up in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching. I will speak to you next time. Like this video if you did. Goodbye.